Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Corey with My Healing Crafts. And today I wanted to jump on to kind of give my hand at the Witchcraft Do You Do challenge of story scraps. And as you can see, I've printed off the story scraps and I have an idea because I thought this was just a brilliant digital that they have actually created, that I wanted to be able to make a little something to go into a journal. So I've already gone ahead and cut out my pieces. Voila. And part of this idea is I want to actually make that, or take this cute envelope, because it just goes so perfectly with the roses that are printed on this and with the flower theme. I want to take this envelope and actually make it into a flip pocket that I can use in my daughter's fairy journal that I'm going to be making, because the little girls that are on here are just so perfect for the little fairy parts and all of that. I mean, just a brilliant thing, brilliant idea of fairies to go with this. And I love the beautifulness of this. So, and I also want to make a tag to go along with this pocket here. So I think what I'm going to start out with is I do have scrap paper. Obviously, this is going to be, I'm going to take this scrap paper that I kind of did a stamping on that didn't turn out great, and I'm going to actually turn this into the tag itself. And I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to measure it out and mark it before I cut it. But I think, well, actually, I could just cut it straight here. Okay, you know what? I just might do that because it will be perfect. I got this new um, cutter here, and it's pink. So what I want to do is actually get it to where I can line it up. And my daughter loves music, so this is so perfect. And hopefully this is part of what they're talking about with the challenge, because I am using up scraps and trying to come up with ideas. But I just love the digital that they actually made for this. So I have the beginnings of my tag here, other than looks like it's not that straight on the top of this. So let's go ahead and hopefully straighten this cut up. Just needed just that tiny bit. There we go. That's better. So then we could either use this. I'm going to use this as the front piece and use some of the little scraps to actually decorate this bit on the pocket. So I mean, look how beautiful these flowers in the teacups are, or even just these little bits of flowers as well. And right now I'm also gardening, so this makes me so excited to actually see all the beautifulness. And then we have our little strips and extra bits that can be used to add on to this to be able to decorate. And I think my brain is like having a lot of ideas and having a hard time keeping up. I wanted to actually go in with the fact that there's these roses. So what I think I want to do, even though I do want to place one of these flowers on it, I think I want to use this as a bottom piece for this. I'm sorry that I'm spreading out and moving everything and confusing, but I know that I'm going to want to ink around the edges of this, but I just need to, well, maybe what I'll do is I'll just go ahead. Oh my goodness, I did not set up very well. Hold, please. One quick sec. Well, I look for, haha, got it. Okay, here we go. Now we're prepared. So we'll just dip it in and we'll just go ahead and start. I'm just going to go ahead and ink the whole entire thing because if my cutting wasn't that great, it's just going to hide some of it and all this. But this is so beautiful on these bits, and I do love the storytelling part that they're creating in what they're doing, and they're actually a really cool channel as well. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this part down, and that way I can start building. Do I want to build? Oh no, we'll just go ahead and we'll just start gluing. You know, I like the fact that these other channels are actually putting out these challenges of some of their digitals and just ideas to help other crafters. I think it's brilliant and absolutely wonderful, if you ask me, because sometimes we do get stuck on ideas and don't know what to do, so it can be a little hard. I'm just going to simply cut that off, and then I'll go ahead and ink up this edge right here. And oh, I just realized I didn't even ink around this at all. So we'll just hurry and do that as well. So sorry if you're a little bouncy. I did try to make sure the table was a little bit sturdier, but it's really hard. But as I said before, I'll just keep moving forward. All that I'm doing, because I really do enjoy this crafting, and one of these days I think I'll get I'll actually show actual projects where you can craft along and all that. But this way we get it all covered. And as I just noticed, I did not cut that one strip very well. I see a little bit of white poking out, so we'll just go like this and clean it up, and then we'll just get this all taken care of. Looks very nice, and we'll just cut that back. And I mean, I love all the looks of this. So I could do, I'm really drawn to this, what looks like a peony. Could be wrong, but that's what it reminds me of. And all of that. I know everybody pronounces it differently. I think I do want this because it's beautiful, a beautiful flower with the music in the background. I was thinking, you know, because we're using up scraps and using up our supplies, that I have like different stuff here. Actually, let's see. I do like this cheesecloth that's got this beautiful pink here, and I wonder if I could get that to sit nicely on there to make. I love the purple that also flows in that too, just to give it a little extra to it. And again, I don't know if that's what they want on this, but I'm just using up scraps and stuff that has been sitting around and needing to go somewhere and coming up with ideas. So I'm going to go ahead and cut down a little bit of this to kind of put back behind it. And what I think I want to do is just along the one edge, I think I'll cut off part of this top though and just use that bit. I think I'll actually have it go. Sometimes this can be such a challenge to work with and all of that. But you just keep doing with what you can, right? But I think that would look super cute back behind it. That piece is super thick, like it doesn't want to, I don't know if it's going to unravel or move the way I want it to move. Hey, other than on my hands. Maybe I'll do it like this, and then so that looks like it's sitting on there with this in the background. I like that, but I don't, I'm going to have to cut off that piece because it's just too thick. It wants to stick up too much. That's okay, because we can use that for something else. And all that, at least I can have a little bit on the background. Okay, let's go ahead and ink up this flower. Get that ready to put down. Absolutely gorgeous. You guys did a wonderful job with this freebie digital here, and I hope that lots of other people have joined in on this challenge. I like the idea of trying to challenge myself with somebody's digitals, because sometimes I look at their digitals and it can be a little overwhelming, a little, not sure what to do with them or whatever. So this is a great way to try to learn how to use digitals, because I've only used bits and pieces of one other digital, and that's it. So I haven't even been doing this, the digital part, for very long. So all right, I'm going to go ahead and put down, let's see, it stays about right. If I have it kind of angled like this, that's kind of what I want. So let's go ahead and just get some of it glued down. It's a little hard when there isn't much to glue. Hey, stop catching on my hands. Glued down because of the structure of it. But I think it's going to look great. And it kind of helps make that pink kind of pop on the flower a bit more too. Or purple. And then I like the pink that's incorporated, because pink and purples are really great colors together. Like I said, this is going to be kind of a quick one. So just an idea with their story scraps, and so excited. And hope that I actually do them well for them. So, okay. And we'll just get that down. And oh, so beautiful. I just love it. I would love to plant in teacups like that too. Oh, so fun. And then what I think I will do is I'll just do a regular tag cut with this. So we'll cut the one side, and then we'll take the corner piece and line it up here like that, and we'll cut this side to make the tag, and then we will ink up those corners here. So the funny part about this envelope that I'm using is actually something from when I was way younger, when I used to write letters and everything. So it's fun to actually incorporate something from when I was younger to go into the journals and stuff. I think I have this cute pink ribbon. So I am going to actually use that to put it on the top, and I just needed to get a hole punch for that. And let's see, if we fold it in half, and I'm trying to remember the best way to do this. I think we'll bring it in from the back to the front so that this part comes up this way and then back through this way and makes this cute little top. And I think I'll just cut down these so they're not so long, and then I can use these in something else. We'll just put that in my container. And I mean, easy tag here with lots of writing space and all that. So if we bring in this, I have also some scrap papers that I can use for this next bit. I love this. I mean, I thought about coming on and doing like making a tab to go on here so that it's easy to pull out, but I was like, nah, we won't do that. I like the way that this actually turned out. Even though it's simple, it's just really cute, and what a good way to be able to use up scraps. I have, let me see if I can find the paper that I thought would look really good. This, I mean, I have lots of scraps and I'm trying to use them, but it just keeps feeling like the never-ending story. I don't know if anybody remembers that movie, but part of my childhood. So what I want to do, because I don't want to cover up this part of the rose here, but I want to be able to use this to cover up part of this, to also reinforce this really thin, tearing envelope that again I've had for many years. So what I'm going to do is line it up here, and I'm actually going to mark where I want to kind of cut it down, because then we can put something down in this area, and if we need, we can even do something back here as well. So let me hurry and get this cut down, which getting used to this cutter versus my cutter has been interesting. So this is very different. It's not as loud either and not as heavy, but it's all good. So I want to put this bit down here, erase my line right there, and then I'm going to turn, or I'm going to actually line it up where I want it, because it will reinforce part of that corner that is struggling. And we're going to cut it right there. Sometimes I don't cut straight with scissors, and I'm okay with that, because at least I know. So, yep, get that cut off. And again, like I said, you can do whatever, but this is what I'm doing. And I'm going to put it on here, and I'm going to actually ink around the corners on this as well, so that it can kind of stand out a little more. And before I glue it, I'm just going to see what else I want to do, because I really like the little teapots and the roses in the containers, or I mean in the cups over here, that I think I want to try to incorporate that as well into it with the story scrap from the story scraps. So if I go like that, because like I said, these are so adorable, that if I can get it to hopefully go down where, see if I can get it to cut off to about where that teapot is, that'd be great. Let's see if I take some scissors and go along right there, because I really just think that is so cute. And I think I'm going to, because I know I have the words underneath it, and I'll actually be able to cut that off, but wanted to leave it so that I would remember at the moment whose stuff I was dealing with. I like that rose, and I don't want to cover up the original rose on here. So I don't want to cut those with scissors because it will not go straight. Oh, too funny. I know how I am. Oh no, a little thick. Okay, let's see. Make it straight, please. Make it straight. Hold it right there. Hopefully that is straight. Otherwise, oh no. I don't think it's straight, but that's okay. We'll just, we're doing. Because I think I can take another little strip that I can place on there, and I'll actually cut off that bit too. But I like the little teapots. It's like it was meant for this envelope. I mean, seriously. Like, I couldn't have, it just was a match. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So what I think I'm going to do is take another one of these. Ooh, I like the words. And what we can do is we'll just kind of cover up that little bit. Ooh, I like that. I think that's what I want to do. So, oh, I like that. And it just we'll have it go over the bottom of that and cover up that. I'll reinforce most of this envelope besides this part. I will not reinforce this side. I'm going to reinforce the other side. So I will, maybe the first one needs to go down are the flower pots. So, oh, I guess we're going to have to use this as a guide, huh? And then we will, no, I'm not inking because of the way it's going to be covered. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and on this side, start gluing. Sometimes you just have to work things out, right? Sometimes it takes a bit to figure it out. But I thought this would be a great way to incorporate this. So, and again, it's just absolutely beautiful. We will have this come right here, but I want it to make sure most of the teapot is on there. I want to slide it just a tiny bit more, not covering up too much of that rose. I guess I'm going to lose my handle to the teapot, but that's okay. Just beautiful, beautiful. We're having a rose party, and then I will go ahead and glue this bit down. Yes, I already inked. And go from there. Love it. Using up scraps, which is great. And beautiful scraps. All right. And then we're going to simply put this. No, you gotta slide. Can you slide just a tiny bit this way? All right. I mean, it's like having a picnic, right? That's what it reminds me of, a picnic there. I think I will ink up this, and so that way I can, oops, get it on all that. So I'm just gonna kind of ink up all of it, and then we'll just go from there. And I will cut these all off once I'm done gluing this down, getting that on. So I will actually put glue all along here. I plan on actually doing an envelope journal here soon. So with all the flip outs and all of that, just for fun. All right. Oh, that's so cute. My gosh. And then we'll just cut off the excess right here. Okay. And then look, we only have a tiny bit of extras on that. Okay. It reminds me of almost going to a tea party. I wish I would have gotten that corner better, but that's okay. We'll just kind of hide that because ink, it does great with that. We'll just darken it look here and darken it here just in case. All right. Okay. So now what I want to do is actually, ew, I wouldn't want to lick that. Ew. This is so old. And it would not be good. Actually, if this is going to be glued down into, well, we can reinforce it with paper that it does not matter. So I think what I'm going to do is I have this cardstock here, and I'm just going to actually flip it, and we're going to trace around it. That way we can reinforce it, but it will get glued down, so it doesn't matter what paper I'm using. So that'll be okay. But I just want to make sure that it's nice and thick when it gets glued down, and that at least this bit can actually stay. And actually, before I do that, I think I'm going to ink around this so that it's prepared for a journal, and just get that all grunged up a bit. I mean, this is a very thin envelope and very old, so go ahead and cut this out, that it's about ready to go on. And this will make it really strong because, again, this is cardstock and not just regular paper. So it'll be nice, actually. That way it's a little bit stronger. Not cut that very well. Just clean that up. All right. And we'll prepare to glue that on. I love it when you can repurpose things. It's always great, right? I think it's great. But I repurpose a lot. So here we go. Well, and the great thing is, I mean, you can actually use some of this stuff sitting right here if you backed it, and you can just put it into it to become extra little journaling spots as well for a journal. And I think that's just great. You can always cut off the excess here. But again, like I said, just a great way to reinforce that flap and get everything to look really nice. So we'll get it kind of going here. And this will be great. And get that inked up because cutting. And you know, I just realized that we can actually use, so there's these strips of words right here, right? Which I think is great. And let's see. I like this one. Millie smiled and said, "You were always meant to grow here." I think I want that on the outside. I like that. So we're going to use that part of the words. And I think what I'll do is just simply cut it right here. And that way we're incorporating part of the story. And we'll just kind of go like this, kind of stagger it across this part, and it incorporates. And I think maybe we could even use a flower to decorate part of that. So let's go ahead and ink up these right here. Just so cute. Doesn't have to be much, just enough for it to kind of stand out a little. I hope everybody is doing well, and I sure appreciate everyone who supports my channel and all of that. So here we go. We'll just go ahead and get that down. So cute. I think there was a tinier flower that I could put on there. I'll have to look. Put this right here. And I think that way I can turn around and possibly put maybe, is that the only little flower that's small enough? I don't want it to cover up my rose that I was purposely trying to keep. I think I like that one to be on the front right there. So all right, now we know where we're placing part of our words, and then we'll get that inked up and then placed down. So cute. I just can't get over how cute it is. And I like the staggering of the words. We're getting there, guys. Just an easy little thing here. And then just go ahead and kind of ink around, kind of take down the white a little. Such a beautiful flower. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and put it on there. Although, well, it's almost on to where it doesn't quite look like it's floating too much. Maybe that little piece that I cut off, would that be, no, I think that would get too much in the way, wouldn't it? But this way, let's see, I had it so that it actually incorporates with the other piece, and so it doesn't look like it's floating. Has something to sit on. Just might be a bit too much. Let's take off that tiny bit. Go from that. See if we can get that to work in our bit here. So it has something to sit on. Okay, let's try that. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. Just get that bit down and get something to sit on, be a part of, and it also ties our tag in with the envelope here as well. Okay, and then we'll just get it glued down. Scrap bustin'. All right, I like that. Okay, that looks really good. I like that a lot. Okay, and now just one last side, which is, this is always the part that is not always fun to make, and then we can use a little bit of tags for this side to decorate, because there's some great tags right here that we can choose from. And of course, this leaves me with so much more to play with when it comes to ideas of this. And so I like that, but I like that side. And now we're just going to reinforce this. And to be honest with you, I don't know what to do, because I don't have tons that, I mean, that would go. It's pretty plain. Let's see. I mean, we could do plain pink. I mean, that goes in with all the pink. We could do a plain pink here and then decorate it with some of this, but I think some of those colors would make it a little hard. Hold on. Let's see what else we've got. I mean, I don't have enough of this paper. Sorry, I know this is taking longer than I thought it was going to. Oh, maybe we'll just do plain paper here that I've dyed, and we'll just kind of, we can get those side covers so we can get this. Let's see, that's almost see-through enough that I can almost see where, if I covered it like this really quick, I think almost feel down to in here somewhere, almost like this. So let's see if that cuts out. We'll just try to cut it out nicer than what I drew on there. And we'll see how this goes. Not the best, but you know what? because I didn't realize there was a bit across there. However, we could put something. Let's see. What am I doing? I am making this harder than it has to be, aren't I? Good. You know, this piece is long enough. But I think I just wish I could get the angles on it. Oh, let's try doing this. Okay, one more. So if we're right here, we come right to here. That brings us to there. And then it from there to here. From there to hopefully here. Let's see what that gives us if we do it like that. I can actually, oh, that's better. And then we've got just the side pieces that we can come up with to cover up those bits. I think that's going to work. Okay, let's hurry and do it. Reinforce this puppy. Okay, we're going to ink around it. There we go. Just so we can cover up any bits, other than we can't do the one side because we haven't cut it down to size, but we'll do that after we get it glued down. All right, let's go. Let's go here, people. So how high up? So about here. Okay. All right, let's do it. Let's get it on. So we can get this done and show you what I've done. All right. Here we go. Covering it up. It's gonna be good color. I don't remember what I did this paper with. I don't know. Something beautiful. Yes, me. Okay, and I didn't glue completely on this side yet, so we shall do that. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, let's cut that off. Usually goes really well with this paper. This color. Yep. It is beautiful, that's for sure. All right. Even if it's not perfect, it's fine. You know, we can always figure that out. I do want to use some of that. Let's see, what other stuff do we have in here? I do like, I like how this is. I can make the angle so I can bring in a little bit here. Will that work? Or even, that's got the greens. Let's see. Or ledger. Like the ledger pieces. Into that. Wonder if now I gotta figure this out. Unless of course I leave it that bit. Did that just leave it vulnerable for tearing? Or do we bring in a more natural look? Put some lace down? Questions. Sorry if this is taking so long. Oh my. Okay. We'll be back. No, stop. Okay. I do like the lace being on there. So maybe I just might I just might do that where I can incorporate the lace to finish off that bit, and we'll just cut it like this. Oh, these are so dull. And what I'll do is no, that will have to be like this and across like this. And we will take it to up here in this corner. Okay, we're going to try that. And then I think I'll use one of the tags right there to bring that all in together. All right, let's at least glue this down. Oh, before I do that, I want to make sure that I'm not gluing this shut. Yep, that'd be wise. So here are mistakes that we can kind of do. And because this is lace, we're going to need a little more. Okay, how did we hit it like this? All right, and it can overhang on that envelope bit. There we go. That's where it's supposed to be. And then we will go like this, and we will get this bit glued down. Trying to fix our mistakes. Hooray, hooray for mistakes. They help us become better crafters. You know, got to think through this stuff, right? Right. So, up this way. Get that done. And there we go. All right. Don't glue to the table. I know the angles are wrong on this, aren't they? Oh, well. Okay, we'll just go ahead and trim off and trim off here as well. But I do like the elegance of the lace coming into it to bring in another bit, even though that's not what I planned on, but hey, it's all good, right? Hey, get off. Okay, and I need to actually make it to where, take that bit out here. Ooh, hello, I just found what I want to do there. Ooh, oh, I did not cut all of this off, but I really like this bit, so we're gonna add this bit across the top. We'll ink it up and get this glued down. I do like this bit. And then we'll add a tag or two. I think I want to add maybe Millie's picture here. We'll figure out who Millie's going to be. She can be the one showing, and then we'll see. I'm going to figure this out. Yep. Because I do like the way this is turning out, actually. A little better than I thought it was going to. And I do like, okay. And then you can't see what I did. It's great. So I will actually line it on here so we know how far I have to go with the glue. That'd be great, actually, to right there. Okay, so wheat. Then we'll cut off the excess. Yeah, it's great. I didn't know what all of that I was doing, so it's great that this is actually coming together and looking really good. As a matter of fact, I did not line that great, but there we go. Cutting that off, and we'll cut it on this side as well. Okay, so we have that bit, and then we just need to, let's see, what are we gonna add in, let's run, which one? I like this color. I think I'm going to add in this tag, but I want a little something else with it. So I think we're going to see about something else with it. I do like that. Just in the corner here, we're going to use a little bit of ink. Make sure you can't see any white on it. Before I glue that down, I want to see if there's anything else I want to incorporate from this without overcrowding it too much. Do I want to add in, let's see, I want to add in, let's see, I mean, she is so cute. I think those are not going to fit right there, but I do like little photos. I think they're just simply adorable. But I do, ooh, maybe I'll just add that in the center and then just leave this bottom half, because then you can write on it. Ooh, I like that idea. All right, here we go. Extra extras. You know what I mean? I like that. Where it can go right here. Oh, that's cute. Ties in everything. So what we have is, oh, that's so cute. And then we have our tag that can go in here, and then we can back Millie and put her in there as a little element as well, and even little extra writing spots with the flowers. Look at that. And then, ta-da! All this greatness with the story scraps. And thank you guys for letting us all join in on your story scraps and come up with our creations. And I really hope that you like what we come up with. And if you like what you've seen, give me a thumbs up. You can subscribe if you would like to see more of what I'm going to do, and leave me a comment and all that. And I appreciate your time and your patience, and you guys have a good one. See you later. Bye.